Ramsey, stop it.
It's us talking to the camera. We do that. Hi guys. I am playing with one of our Kromsky needle felting kits. On Saturday we did a class, and I did a mushroom, and now I'm using what is left over from my kit. See, here's my mushroom.
Oh, you're doing another mushroom. Okay.
I'm doing another
I
mushroom.
may have said the wrong thing, but that's okay.
Oh, well,
We're good. We're okay.
We
We're
haven't
good.
gotten to the gnomes yet.
No.
Are we supposed to do a gnome?
Not
do you
today.
want me to do a
No,
gnome?
it's fine. You can do your other mushroom. You can
I was
show them.
just going to use the kit that was open.
Leftovers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get enough in these kits evidently to do more than.
Yes, I have a pokey stick. It's called an awl. This kit did not call for it, but it came with it. It comes with 7 needles. So here are my extra needles. I have my thingy set up with my medium needle and my fine needle over here, and then I have my main stabbing large needle in the holder. Because that's what I found I used the most the other day. I am not a hugely accomplished needle felter. It did stick together, and it looks like a mushroom.
So cute. And look, it's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It is actually really big. I made the base big enough because I think my gnome needs to be here. And the other mushroom...
The gnome is like 8 inches tall.
Maybe mine will be shorter.
Maybe.
Maybe mine's...
Maybe you'll make a mini gnome.
Maybe
Sit
I'll
on
make
your
a
mushroom.
giant... Maybe I'll make a giant gnome, and then I'll make a tiny gnome. Oh, and it comes with finger protectors.
So you don't stab yourself
So you don't stab yourself as badly. I, oddly enough, found that even though I have them, I end up using the fingers that don't have them
Protected?
on them. Yeah, it was really bad. So I stabbed myself anyways. So it's almost better for me, personally, just to not use them. But I would say if you're a needle felter, definitely give it a go, because...
Or maybe you should just be a smarter needle felter.
They can be smarter than me, that's okay. And not stab yourself. I'm going off of memory from the directions I followed almost exactly. Yeah, it was exactly. Even the colors, I followed the colors. Mine did not end up looking quite like theirs, which is okay because this is an art. Mine had a run-in with some sort of animal. And I think that animal's having a colorful day on like a trip or something because it had a bite taken out of it. See, that's what happened to mine. And that happened because I evidently cannot needle felt a circle. And my circle was really lopsided, so...
You have artistic circles.
I do. So feel free to take like artistic license in your needle felting. But these kids, look at these instructions. Aren't they amazing? Look, there's colors and it's step by step with words that tell you how to do it. And then even on the back, it really is quite easy to do this kit. So who's watching us? Is that Shelly?
I don't know. I have to get on the thingy.
Oh.
Here, I'm going to open up yours. I should have turned it sideways, and then they could have seen us. I'm over here spinning.
We were going to try to turn it sideways so that it showed up on the computer sideways?
Yeah, somebody said we could do that, all fancy-like.
I don't believe it, because I've seen it done that way. Facebook still switches it over because Facebook is like that. Look at this. This is like all the red... So... I don't know what kind of mushroom I'm making. A red one, and I'm crisscrossing my fibers because that's what the instructions
Because
say.
you crisscross your fibers to make it more solid.
Solid. And then you stab it down, kinda. I am just kind of doing it in a kind of circle because I've learned I can't make a perfectly round circle because...
You know, are mushrooms really perfectly round? Most mushrooms are not perfectly round. Most mushrooms have...
been eaten by something.
Yes.
At least the ones that are edible have. So it's kind of an oval. Maybe I'll cut this end off. So I'm just kind of...
If you really wanted a really circly mushroom, you could probably use, like, I don't know, like a mason jar lid or something.
Yes, or a cookie cutter or a plastic lid of some sort.
To make it really...
I tacked it down in kind of a circle. Kind of circle. And then it says take more red and go around, and so the edge of your mushroom is well supported.
Because they're thicker on the edges.
At least these mushrooms are. Maybe
Right.
not all wild mushrooms, but these mushrooms are thicker on the edges. And you tack that down.
I don't think we really have to be realistic. I mean, these could be any sort of things. That's what I'm saying.
I think we should totally embrace all of Bob Ross has ever taught us when we needle felt, and that these are just happy little mushrooms living in a happy little forest with their happy little friends. And that one had a happy little squirrel that took a nibble out of it.
And then the squirrel is still very happy.
Rainbows. I do not suggest any humans in real life to take a nibble out of red mushrooms because...
Or any mushrooms, except for those you find at the grocery store.
Right,
Or
because the red mushrooms, some people say they're psychotropic. Other people say they'll kill you dead. So
We'll just leave them.
we're just gonna
other people to
leave
figure
that
out.
to other people. I by no means am endorsing somebody to taste the marshmallows. The mushrooms. Don't
You can
eat the
eat all-
marshmallows either,
You can eat all the marshmallows you want.
unless they come from somebody in a band.
Gosh, did you see the thing online? Somebody was making s'mores, but instead of using s'mores, like the regular...
S'mores what are you talking about?
Marshmallows.
Okay, instead of marshmallows.
No, they use the marshmallows.
Oh, okay.
But instead of using like the chocolate and the graham cracker that falls apart as you eat it, they were using like the Keebler fudge dipped cookies
Okay.
with like that have like the graham cracker and the chocolate.
Chocolates? Mm-hmm.
And making the s'mores that way, and it was brilliant. And it made me wish that we could have like a bonfire and make s'mores. Not that we eat that stuff, but it looked really excitingly happy.
Have you seen the people who make the s'mores out of various different candy bars?
Yes, that's
Wrong too.
wrong.
But I do believe that if we were going to do s'mores, if you did much better chocolate, like a Cadbury chocolate versus a Hershey chocolate, they'd be so much better.
The last time I had s'mores, we used like the really good salted chocolate.
Ooh.
Like we went and bought the gourmet chocolate bars.
Where was I?
You were not there. It was at a meeting of
Band kids?
No.
There were several years where all you did was band kids.
No, it was a permaculture meeting.
Permaculture.
And the permaculture people evidently like use
They know how to s'mores.
Hi, Mary. You're in Florida. Mary Whitney's in Florida.
Yes, because she went on a cruise because she does not believe in winter.
We would be right there with you, except that I'm kind of worried about what we would do on a cruise. I mean, there's all the things to do on a cruise, but there's all the things that are not allowed to do on a cruise, and I worry about that. So, because I've been on a cruise
Like bring home
once.
puppies.
They don't have puppies on cruises.
Well, that would be number one fault. Okay.
Okay, you want the camera higher so we can see what you're doing. Okay, hang on. See if I can move the camera around.
I'm just
Playing. She's stabbing wool.
I'm just stabbing it lots.
Here, I wonder if we could make this camera though.
Oh my gosh, float over my head.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
hang on.
that's not creepy at
Okay,
all.
here,
Let me move my wool pile into a
Look at you.
location that the puppies can eat. Or not.
Puppies are not eating the wool. No one's eating the wool. Wow, I'm
Are we
making
making
them
it
all
tall?
making it tall, and I'm gonna back this stool up.
Oh, jeez. This is scary. Does it fit on that stool?
Almost.
No, that one leg is not out all the way. This one.
Carefully. Okay, now.
Pull it out.
There we go. Okay, now. Now let's see if we can get you so you can
Okay,
see it. There you go.
So I've already put wool in a circle around, and now I'm taking my edges and I'm folding them over, and I'm kind of stabbing them down in the middle.
We have another stool.
Or a chair.
We have another stool exactly like this one. And if we put them together, they're like a circle.
Okay, it's over there.
Yeah, I know. I'm holding this one. We're not looking at anything now. There we go.
Well,
tilt them down. I can't tilt this ever.
Well, you have to unscrew it just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, and I'm going to get another stool.
Yeah, you run and get that other stool that's underneath the mannequin. We are very much professionals at this.
Someday we'll have all the equipment.
Like in a black room or something, like so that you have like all the lights.
Like a studio with hot lights. So it'd be like West Coast Classic Live, and we'll just sit there and sweat, and we'll have to have makeup crew because our faces will melt.
We can't have a makeup crew.
That's what happens.
We can't have a makeup crew.
All the way locked.
No, I was gonna lock it. We can't have a makeup crew. We've proved that wrong. Okay, now you sit and angle your chair slightly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now you have to. Okay, these are not out all the way on this back leg.
That has nothing to do with this part. Okay.
You're tipping them up.
I know it's tipping up. There we go. Now I'm tipping down.
Okay.
Now you start stabbing.
Okay, and now lock it in place with the screw. Mm-hmm. Tighten all the screws. Because if we don't tighten the screws...
They just randomly fall.
Right.
Okay. There. Now stab.
Okay.
Now you can stab.
Wow. Okay, guys.
See, we needed Mary to tell us what to do.
Thank you, Mary. You fixed us. We need you. You're going to come and help us with videos every week? We could definitely use a producer.
Yes, we could.
So, okay, I made the circle. It's not really a circle. It's an oval. But that's okay. And now I'm just tacking it all down in the middle. And this is with the long needle or largest one. So I'm just going around and pulling this over and stabbing it in. And really, that's all it is stabbing the wool. It feels, the first time I did it, I felt like I was like doing some awful murder of the wool. I've gotten over that.
Felting does feel like that if you have not done a lot of...
If your whole purpose and mission in life has been to spin the wool and not to felt it and to wash it and stuff, then you're just like, oh my gosh, this seems so wrong. That is not the case.
You're making a different form of art.
Yes. And it is therapeutic.
That's like really good. You can like really see it now.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep going around. This is one of those things where it should be like a cooking show, and it's like I pass it off for the other half-baked chicken.
That would require that producer person that would tell us where to put the camera before we started.
Right, and to have multiple half-baked chickens.
Right.
In the show.
And in reality, our cooking show would be like Julia Child, where she drops the chicken and then goes, no one will ever know.
No one will ever know. Just hose it off.
And
put it back in the oven. You're going to bake off all the bacteria anyways.
Right. That's
not that we would actually do that with our cooking, okay?
If it was raw, yeah, sure. Totally.
Not if it was like half-baked, though.
I don't know what I would do if I dropped a turkey, so I really can't say because, you've never had that panic of having 50 people come over and your turkey gets dropped on the floor. So we're just going to assume that she's right.
No one will ever know. Julia Child was amazing. She totally broke into the cooking industry where like men were not allowed. Women were not allowed.
Men were allowed.
Men were allowed. And Ramses, this is my chair. I'm working here. Take it away. If you don't want the puppies to have it, take it where they can't have it.
Here, Ramses, come here. He has his leash caught.
Oh.
So he can't take it anywhere?
Well, he came over here and hijacked the camera.
Pretty sure he was taking the bone that they had.
Probably, because he does not feel that they should have any bones.
No. Now he has 2. We're going to see how many bones he puts on his chair.
Now he is off to go hunt down the other 2. He knows there's 2 more, and there's a round chewy stick. He's been kind of on a mission.
Yes, he has.
Well, I know we don't live close to you, but, you know, we're a great vacation getaway, and we're only like an hour and a half from the Portland airport, and you can fly in, and totally we have a hotel, Salt, here on the port, and you could stay at Salt and then just hang out with us. Check our calendar of events, because there are some weekends that we are not here, if that is something you guys are looking at doing. But as a whole, you know, we're always down for people vacationing.
We're making a little toadstool. She's making a toadstool. Where's that toadstool? Where's the other toadstool? That one. Yeah. It's gonna look like this when she's done. Like that. It's
making a little mushroom toadstool.
Yeah. The other puppy might have been with me. One is Danielle's and one is mine, and so
when
we're both here,
there's 2 puppies. If
we're not both
here, then one of the puppies is with one of us.
Unless, you know, Danielle does something crazy, like goes and shears sheep or something.
Then Heather would babysit.
Then I'll babysit the puppies.
My puppy.
Because I enjoy puppies. Like their own.
So that's why if you were here and there was only one puppy, there would be...
Yeah. Seaside is pretty too.
Seaside is pretty.
Yeah, we've got these new felting kits. They're really cool. They're from Kromsky. And so this is our year. We're trying to do everything.
We're trying new things
that we have not done before.
We have seen so many people on their New Year's resolution list say, "Oh, I'm not going to buy any yarn. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that." We aren't really ones to say, "No, we're not going to do that." We're kind of like, "Hey, we're going to do all the things.
What more can we do?
What more can we do?" And this is the year of what more can we do? So, okay, I have it all tacked down. I have my mushroom kind of all tacked down. I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull it up. They literally felt into the foam. It's kind of cool. That's all those pieces of wool that you push through on the backside. This is almost, looking in the camera showing you what I'm showing you, is almost like trying to curl your own hair in the mirror. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's very confusing. So then I'm going to take it, and now it's shaping it. So I'm going to kind of fold it over, because now you can, and I'm going to felt the middle hard. And then go along the edges and felt my edges a little harder too. There are different layers of felting. You felt soft for some things, which is just tacked down, and other things you felt hard. If you want it to be stiff, you felt it hard. If you want it to be light and airy, you felt it soft. And then there's felting in between. And when you are doing pieces for each other, you felt them hard. Well, okay, you felt them soft on the edges where they go together, but then you felt them hard together. So, I'm just
go around and around and
around and around and around, and then I fold it in because it pushes the fibers where I want them. And it's kind of like working with clay in some ways. I'm trying to mold it the way I want it, from a big flat round thing to more of a concave thing. When you are felting, you want your needle go straight up and down. If you go in at a curve angle like that, things get sketchy and your needles can break. And then you have broken off pieces of needle in places.
I think that's what I messed up on needle felting, is because I tend to angle.
Yeah, you have to go up and down, straight up and down.
You have to stab the person straight up and down.
Straight up and down.
This is our best.
It's like a voodoo doll, and if you stab too hard, it does go all the way through your foam.
Into your leg.
Into your leg.
If you had it on
If you have it on your leg. So we're only stabbing the wool, not ourselves.
Be polite.
They're getting a drink and it's the end of the world.
He controls everything today.
He started that last night.
How many needles? This one just has one.
How many needles are on your stabber? My stabber only has one.
But it comes with like 7 needles in the kit.
It does come with 7 needles in the kit, and there are multiple stabby kits that go faster, and they go kunk, kunk, to kunk. I have one at home, or there's just a handle that holds multiple needles. It goes a little faster.
You don't have as much control, though.
No, and I tend to break needles in those because I think what happens is I like to felt things really hard. And then those needles go in, and I don't have control over feeling every single needle. Like, if I'm doing this, I can feel the hard parts, and then I just pull right back out because I have the same pressure upon the one needle. Well, if there's multiple needles and you hit a hard spot with one needle and not the rest of them,
Ruben,
you can't feel that as well, and they tend to snap then.
Good boy.
I kind of learned that the hard way. Needle felting stuff.
Ramsey, stop it. You're going to go in the car.
He's micromanaging.
Everything.
Everything today. Everything.
Everything.
So, now I have this kind of concaved. It's now kind of cup-shaped. Not super cup-shaped, but kind of. About as cup shape as you can get it. I'm going to flip it over, so now I'm working on the top. I'm going to cut myself a little short on wool. I'm going to pull off the piece that I know I'm going to need later. And then setting aside my top, then we're to make a ball. I'm going to kind of spread it out. The directions say stab it across on one side. About an inch from the end. I am so not exacting when it comes to this stuff.
Did you know you can needle felt any type of fiber? You can literally needle felt superwash. You can needle felt anything that...
Anything.
People, I think that felters don't want the good wool, and that is not true because you want good wool that you can control.
Right. This kit comes with a coarser merino.
Right. It's a 27 micron Polish merino.
Which we can get in
any color.
Any color, basically. And then, then you just roll this up and make a ball out of it. A soft ball. Not a hard one. Not yet. Not a hard ball yet. Ha ha. Isn't that like a drink? Whiskey drink. Am I making stuff up, Heather?
You're totally making stuff up now. There's a highball glass.
Highball.
There's a glass.
Oh, it's a highball
glass.
Don't you drink whiskey in that?
You can.
Okay. See, look, it shows you how unpiratey I really am. Heather knows more because she bartendered in a previous life.
Yep.
Whereas I never did anything like that.
You just went to the bars.
I did, and I did not drink whiskey.
Evidently not.
I don't like it. It's gross. There you go.
People either really love whiskey or they really don't. It's like, yeah.
It gives me the worst hangover on the face of the earth. Yeah.
It's probably
gluten sensitivity.
Yeah. That's probably why you think it's gross too, because you know what, you get the hangover things and it's bad.
Yeah. So, there you go. A little bit more about me that nobody really needed to know. Isn't that like the story of our live feeds? Okay, as I continue to make a ball.
You never know what's going to happen on Pearly Shell's live feeds.
The pirates tell it all.
Right.
That they're really not pirates. They really...
Well, we pirate wool, okay?
We are, which we learned...
We have to learn how to be stone cold sober to pirate the wool. But we learned that was like really a thing.
It really was a thing in England, and they were called owlers because they worked by night. Like, owls.
Yeah. Did they take the sheep or did they just take the wool?
They were just stealing the wool.
Did they do like what we discussed doing at that fiber show that shall not be named? That where we were like in the barn at night and
we asked a certain somebody if he would shear random sheep if we picked them out of the pen.
And he's like, "Oh sure." And then he's like, "Wait a minute."
Then he said, "Wait a second. Do you have permission from the sheep's owners?" And we're like, "Shh. No one needs to know about this."
And he was like, no.
He was
like we were
partially. I think we could have talked him into it.
I think so too.
But yeah,
I think he probably would have actually gone along with us if we'd actually gone and gotten the sheep.
Only because no one ever tells us no. Actually, that's not
No,
true.
there's one person that tells us no in the whole world.
There's been a couple of people who've told us no here lately, and we really questioned if we're losing our touch.
Who else told us no?
I forget.
All I remember is being told about the cavies.
That was hysterical. We've met our match with her.
We have.
We have this great friend.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She told us no.
She did.
We couldn't have all the
cavies. And we looked at her in disbelief and then laughed and called Shelly and told Shelly that
she said that at the show. I can't believe you told on me. And I was like, I can't believe you told me no.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now I have a ball and I have the cap.
It's like a little hat.
Oh, I can stabby going down the road. Only if somebody else is driving. You can't stabby while you're driving. Okay,
it's like
so
a little hat.
It is like a little hat. Heather is right. It's like a little hat. Now I tack down my ball on top. That's what gives it its tippy top thing. I'm sure if I made it more ball-ish with a smaller circle, it'd look more like the ones on the package. But that's not what my mushroom village looks like now, because that's not how my head works. This is my happy mushroom forest. All Bob Ross style. Okay, and then I have these thin strips and the directions that I read the other day that I'm not reading aloud now say go around in circles around it to fill that gap so that it looks like it belongs on there.
And I should clarify again, I put that we were doing the gnome today. I forgot we were doing the mushroom.
We're going to do a gnome.
We're going to do a gnome.
We will do a gnome.
We have a class on the gnome on the 12th if you are close enough to take the class.
If you are like, hey, this is so much fun, I want to do that. My boss makes my eyes twitch and I want to go home and have some personal therapy besides knitting. This works and we can set you up with the kits. We can mail them out to you.
Yep.
Or, you just feel like making art with no anger.
Some people would find it soothing just in a rhythmic.
It is very soothing in a rhythmic thing. You don't have to be angry to do this. It is very soothing. I am going at an angle, but straight. You will see it is straight in and out. I am not like because that is
how you break your needle.
How you break your needle. So I'm just filling in that area. Add more red because my mushrooms kind of looks dilapidated and weird. This will be the one that fails. Not really.
Always on Facebook Live.
Always on Facebook Live. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong.
That's been our theme of the month. And the month's almost over. Maybe it'll change in February.
We can only hope that things get smoother in February.
Mm-hmm. And they have other kits. They have the toadstool, they have a gnome, and they have birds right now.
Right.
We're going to work on making a couple of kits up of our own, but don't hold your breath.
It might take us a little while. We have a lot of events. Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
Saturday, which we will have some kits with us. So if you are going to join us, we...
Yes, the bird.
I know.
Hello. You guys. we have dogs who they're fun.
So, we're at the Newport Spin-In. So, so come and see us at the Newport Spin-In. We will have needle, and now I'm flipping it over, and I am felting it again from the underneath, and I'm felting this all together really hard like now. So, lots of poking. So we are at the Newport Spin-In, like I said. We will be there all weekend.
No,
Saturday. It's Saturday only. Saturday only there's an elementary school we are at. We'll put up...
It's $4 to come in.
Yeah, and there's a ton of vendors spinning on these spinner things. If you are a felter, spinners have what you want. They have all the roving of all the things. So, maybe not the coarse base wool that some of you use, but definitely all the other wools. So definitely come see us in Newport. Newport is where we are going. Newport is that town.
We were responsible and we did not get the KISS tickets.
We did not get KISS tickets. KISS is playing in Portland on Friday on their farewell tour. We decided that maybe going to KISS might be a bad thing.
No, we decided we had to take Declan, and we couldn't take Declan and then expect him to get up in the morning.
Well, I'm not sure we could expect me to get up in the morning at this point in the week like that, okay? So, yeah. Also this weekend, we're going to go there on Friday. We're going to brave the Portland metro area. Actually, not Portland metro. It's south into Tigard. It's at the Embassy Suites across the street from Target in Tigard. Is the TNNA Spring Needlecraft Fall Winter Needle Arts show.
So who knows what we will find there to bring back to the yarn shop?
You never know. We will be there and we will be having fun. We're going to be shopping or something like that.
We're going to be shopping. Yeah.
We'll be shopping.
For the shop.
Uh-huh. Our personal stash. Smash a stash. Yes, our personal stash we will be shopping for. And yeah, we have any more questions?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then it goes into the crazy of February, and we have events or classes every week in February, March, April, May, June, July, August.
Yes, we have those all up on our calendar.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part. So check those out. So this takes forever. I'm again felting from the underneath, continuing to shape it. Now that there's more wool on the top, you can get a better cup shape out of the bottom. So working around on that. Felting is not a fast project. It tends to take a little bit of time, but it's really rewarding. I enjoyed it the other day.
That's good.
I don't get a chance to do it much at home because it pulls out a bunch of other supplies that I don't normally have out, which then it's like, oh, you have this mess going on in the living room or something crazy. And my husband goes, what is this? With his eyes, his judging eyes. He never judges with his mouth. He just goes, uh-huh, and goes on, but he has this look. And I think we've only ever seen that type of look in our parents. It's a very judging.
He is much more adult here, but he's like the boring adult sometimes. So, you know, we just like, he can only do so much, okay? We come here and play.
We do.
Keeps the judging adults away.
Come to the yarn shop to play. Keep the judgy adults away.
Yep.
That's going to be our new mantra. So now I'm working around the outside, kind of on the corner, so I don't lose my cup shape. Kind of continuing to tack everything down. My mushroom's kind of funny shaped. Okay. Just continue to shape it.
Did you know I had an entire bobbin left over that I never applied to Angora?
Yes, I did know that.
The gigantic one?
Uh-huh. From August. Ouch, that was my finger. Hey, it wouldn't have helped to have the thingies on. It was this finger. They only give you 2.
Good aim.
I know. I told you. I never hit the ones that the thingies go onto.
Because you're aware of those?
I'm aware of those fingers.
You keep those off.
Right.
You have fluff all over the floor. Like, it's not all over the floor. It's just like a random... We're just going to leave it alone for right now.
That's the really, really white fluff.
Oh, okay.
Is that like the really, really white fluff that we washed for our class? Yeah. Did it blow off?
Where did it come from?
I don't know.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
The puppies just bumped the table, and they're on the verge of falling asleep for the day. They do this every day. They come through, and then they destroy everything, and then we go, oh my gosh, aren't they asleep yet? And then
they wander around and whine.
Mine does, at least. Heather's goes and finds her spot and lays down. Okay, you two, go somewhere else. You're going to make the people fall on the floor. So, some point here, I'm just going to be like, I am done with this and stop it. Really, needle felting is a lot like clay or painting. You can fidget with it forever until it makes you happy. Sometimes I learned from art class, because did you know I used to paint and draw like a lot, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but evidently really well according to the art teacher in high school. Wondered why I didn't want to go on for an art degree or something. I don't know. Look, here I am stabbing wool.
Arting in a different way.
Exactly. But so I'm just, this is kind of along the same lines. You can go forever, and I probably will put more time into the top and bring it down so it looks less like a hat.
How do you add the white?
How do I add the white? Mm-hmm. You put it on the top.
Okay.
We're going to do the white on the bottom first, because that's what the instructions in the book says.
Okay.
Because if you do the white on the top first, your red comes through it when you...
Right, that makes sense.
There's a whole list of things that you have to do in a certain order, or it ends up bad.
Okay.
Okay, so that's for my stem.
That's one of my
problems.
That's
for my roundy part.
Read the directions very well.
You have to read the directions on this, or you might be sad. Okay, so then I have the white. I'm going to flip this over. Needle felting, starting with a kit like this is helpful, because they tell you how to do things in a certain order. Because, as you can see, when you needle felt, the fiber comes all the way through. And if you don't do it in the right order, then you end up with colors showing through that you don't want to show through. So I'm tacking this white down around the underneath. As the puppies are racing to and fro. You guys see that? It's kind of funny. They're fast today. Fast.
She was really fast out in the yard today.
They got taller, like in this last week. Ruben finally caught up to Aria. This last weekend, size-wise. She was making him look puny last week into last week. He also grew a neck. and kind of looks like a giraffe. But no, we wouldn't judge the puppy's conformation right now while they're growing.
No.
Or mock them. Make fun of their gangly...
Their baby look.
Their gangly semi-teenager look.
No, not at all.
So I'm just going to continue to go around and add more white because the underneath of the mushroom's white. Tack this on here. All the way. Just keep going around in circles because that's kind of pain. It's actually not painful, but kind of.
So these needles have little barbs on them, so they poke through and they hold the wool.
And they
better.
pull it.
That's why
they push it through and then pull it back up. And that's why you can needle felt even stuff that is quote unquote unfeltable. Just so you guys know, Superwash does felt. It's just felt resistant.
Yes.
Most Superwash nowadays is coated in some form of plastic or resin. Very few places actually chemically remove the barbs off the wool because that makes the wool very crispy, and crispy wool is undesirable.
Right.
So as you wash your Superwash items, Ramses, see, it's wool and pokey stuff. As you wash your Superwash items, that coating will eventually come off, and then you will end up with felted stuff. So it is best to treat your superwashed items the same as you would treat non-superwash.
And we don't carry a lot of superwash in our shop because we have a few yarns and things like that.
A few sock yarns that are superwashed.
Because of the chemicals used.
They make it a not very good earth footprint.
Right.
And we tried to make the things...
Ramses,
hey,
stop.
You can't own the whole shop. Well, you can, but... What is over there?
A bone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how it got off the chair.
He put it there as a trap.
He did. He's training the puppies.
Especially Reuben. He's decided that Reuben is...
Like he'll go and leave something and tell them no with his eyes.
But then the puppy's just like, I just need to go to the door to tell him I have to go potty. And Ramses is like, I don't care. You walked near the thing that I decided you couldn't walk near.
Right.
That was yesterday's game. It didn't go so hot.
No, not really.
Because we all have to walk to the door.
At some point.
So, my underneath is kind of swirly.
Your underneath is swirly?
Yeah, it's kind of swirly.
I like it.
Kind of swirly. The dots on the top are the last thing you do, actually.
Really?
Yep. Because they finish felting the whole thing hard. But see, I just stabbed the top really hard to shape it more. And so see that? Bring it down in shape a bit. And in doing that, see how it pushes the red through the bottom? That's not going to be a problem in this particular one because I have a stem that's going there. But if that is not, that's why the directions have the order to do things. Because in some kits, you don't want that happening. Kind of like painting in acrylic, you start with your base colors and then you go out. So then there's my bottom, and I have pieces left for my tops. But I'm going to go and do my stem right now, which is a long piece. And this doesn't take long. This is easy. I'm on like the downward spiral of mushrooming until gills, and we'll end with gills because the gills take a long time. I'll show you a gill and then we'll go on from there. So you do this flat.
I Aria is gathering up the wool. Come here, Aria.
What wool does she have?
The wool that was all over the floor over there that we don't know what it is. I guess I should go investigate.
Maybe it's a piece of this white wool.
No, it doesn't look like the white wool.
I don't know. She found white wool. Okay.
She has a real thing for wool.
Alright. So then I needle felted this kind of flat. I folded an 8-inch piece in half. And now I'm going to roll it up. To make my cylinder. Or stem. And it's really fat. I'm going to tack down the seam so it doesn't unroll. And then I'm just going to kind of just stab it all along. And you don't go all the way up to the tip on this kit. The instructions explain why in great detail. You leave that loose to do onto the bottom of the mushroom. That's my shorthand version of those instructions. So then I felt it all around. So I'm going to keep going around this until it is hard. The instructions said to needle felt this hard because this has to be really stiff. Aria, you're making a mess. This has to be hard and stiff to hold up the top of the mushroom. So going through, as you can see, it is getting substantially smaller. As it goes on, this stays puffy so that you can stab it into the base. And you have soft wool to felt into the base. So then when you add it to your mushroom, you kind of open this up and you take your mushroom and your bottom and you lay it on there and you felt it on all the way around. I'm not doing the best job. I'll go through and tighten it all up. I'm just going to try to get through the steps so you guys can see most of the steps. I'll have a finished version. We'll take a picture of it and post it later today, because we may have said this is a 2-hour class if you come join us, but you will be taking home your project to finish up.
They'll do the mushroom. The reason that we did that way is because people can really actually only learn for 2 hours.
And then it becomes so overwhelming. You guys ever been someplace where it's like they're trying to teach you too much and you're like, I cannot think anymore? Like, I don't know.
Or like a conference after lunch. And after your lunch is done, you just can't do it.
There's a reason why they have you break for lunch at those conferences. Because if you don't break for lunch, your brain actually dies. It's a reason why college classes are only so long.
Yeah, so
and lectures and stuff. There's studies on it. Okay, the instructions say go around this with another piece of the white. I'd do that. Not right now on camera. So I'm going to do the felted little spots because those are really cute. I take a very skinny piece, tiny piece of wool. Set my mushroom aside. And on my foam, I got to pick a spot that isn't really dented. I like stabbied a hole in the foam. That's what happens. And then I'm just going to needle felt kind of a spot, softly, spot, a dot, whatever you want to call it.
Ramsey, settle down.
Find a spot. And so I'm going to make a bigger one because it's a lot of wool. And it is just felting kind of into the foam right now. That's how it's like staying put. Okay, so now it's like this little
magic dot.
And I peel it off. And then I find the spot that I want to put it on my mushroom.
Now the dog's judging you.
Yep. And then I'm going to tack it down until I can get my finger out of there. And I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to push the fibers that are along the edge kind of into it. So that they're not all wispy hanging out. I'm just lightly tacking it down because if you stab it really hard, it goes all the way through with your red into your bottom. So, and that is how you get a spot. The dots, spots. I don't know what you call those. What would you guys call those?
Little spot. I don't know.
Spot, dot, white thingies. So that is how I'm going to do those. And then on my gills, I'm going to flip this back over. For gills, I am going to switch needles. I'm going to use my fine one on this because it's, yeah, fine work. This is a lot of wool for this. Because on your gills, you just take a little bit, like wispy little tiny bits of wool, and you put them at the base of your stalk of your mushroom. And I'm just going to kind of tack them down there. I'm doing it kind of in the middle because that piece was kind of long. Reuben. Oh, Ramses. They're upset because Heather took a puppy outside and he wants to be out there with them. So I'm tacking it down very lightly. And you want to use your smallest needle for this. In the directions, they tell you all about which needles to use for what thing. Your high detail items is your finest, smallest needle because it has the finest tip. And you just go along and tack that down right along a line, just like gills in a mushroom. And I'll just keep adding to this until I have it, whoops, it fell down, until I have enough of them to make me happy, like that one. And then the base, so we built our mushroom kind of sort of like half-baked turkey style. That's exactly what it's like. Okay, so then I'm going to make my base. It's the big green. They call this lime green, just so you know.
Really? Not chartreuse or...
It's not
grass
chartreuse,
green?
or it should be grass green, but it's not. So I'm just I made kind of a ball, and now I'm stabbing it. A lot.
Maybe lime means something else in Poland.
Not like key lime pie, like Mary Whitney in Florida having key lime pie.
Key lime pie without us.
Right. Which is kind of next to lemon meringue pie is one of my more favoriter pies because I like those citrus cream pies.
I love key lime pie. I'm not a big fan of lemon meringue. Lemon meringue is okay. I love key lime pie. You know Kenny Chesney has an entire song devoted to key lime pie?
Yeah, I thought it was about his rum that's key lime pie flavored.
No, it's actually about a little place down there that you can get the best key lime pie. That evidently we're going to have to go and try this sometime.
Okay.
You know, when we go to Florida, Gulf Coast, well...
Gulf Coast cracker sheet.
Right.
Okay, so I made a lump because that's what this is a lump of green. I think of it as like you're walking through the forest here in the Pacific Northwest, or any place very green and lush like that.
Sorry, I'm having issues.
There are literally lumps of moss and stuff growing on things around here. So you just like make a giant lump.
Makes sense.
Right, doesn't it? We actually have mushrooms that look like this here.
Yes, we do.
And again, don't eat them. They'll kill you.
They're in the state park.
Yes. And you can't pick mushrooms in the state parks here. That's forbidden.
We covered that again.
Again, we already covered that earlier.
Mushroom safety is very important.
Don't eat the mushrooms in the woods. People die every year from that, okay?
You know, for every mushroom that's good in the woods, there's like 74 other ones that will just kill you outright. And I know there's all these things that you can study and everything, but did you know that even like the professional mushroomy hunters
get sick and die?
Yeah, and they say that you should only eat a tiny amount of one and then put it in your fridge and save it.
Just in case you get labeled with what you think it is. Yeah. So, really... Of course, Shelly has a key lime pie thing. And yes, Andy, this is very fun. You should do this.
Shelly has a key lime pie. Well, no, we're going to go down like the Florida Keys and go to the bridge. I always wanted to do that.
It's the K's, not the Keys.
It is supposed to be the K's. And I really want to go down there and
like multiple people named K.
Kind of. And I want to go down there and go on that really long bridgey thing and go to all of those places, but it's not really good timing with the hurricane that hit them.
The tornadoes, hurricane.
Whatever it was,
the water spout. We have water.
Fun of that.
We have. What do we have? We had a cyclone.
We did have a cyclone.
Not here. Down the.
Somewhere.
Down the beach from us. Southern. Lots of water. People died.
Crash.
Crabbers. Do not underestimate the water. It will kill you. Yeah, if you come visit us, don't go swimming in our water.
Right, we don't have swimming water.
We don't have swimming water.
We have swimming pools.
Right. Don't.
We don't go in the ocean.
No, our ocean is deadly. It's like some evil thing on like Game of Thrones or something. Not that I've ever watched that show or anything.
Because she's scared of it.
No, I totally am into that stuff. My husband can't do gory, graphic things
either.
I am okay with gory. I started watching Grimm, but I am kind of enjoying it, but I can't watch it with Dusty because he's like, that's scary. Okay, so I don't really have a problem with it. It's just I have to share the TV in the living room with the person that's supposed to do that. Okay, there's a lot of brown left over. I don't know what I'm going to use.
Game of Thrones is awesome.
Use all that brown for. I guess I could put the leftover my brown.
That Game of Thrones hasn't been like capitalizing on the fact that half the country's in a polar vortex, and saying like you know
the dragons are coming.
Well, that the winter is here and that the Frost King is coming, Winter King, but they haven't done that yet, and I find that slightly disjointed.
Okay, I'm sorry that. They haven't capitalized on the really bad weather where people might freeze to death. Gosh, I hope everybody...
staying warm.
Okay, so a friend in Wisconsin put this out there today. Your furnace pipes have an exhaust pipe. You guys need to go out and check the exhaust pipes on your furnaces. If you have friends in that area, make them go check the exhaust pipe on their furnaces. Your exhaust has moisture in it and it will freeze in those pipes, and then it will back up into your house and
kill you,
and your family will die of carbon monoxide poisoning. And you cannot smell carbon monoxide, so please go out and check your pipes. That is another reason why you cannot idle backed up to a snowbank in your car, because you'll die the same way.
Yeah.
Aren't we full of really happy information today?
Don't eat the mushrooms, you'll die. Don't go out in the cold, you'll die. Here, it is 55 degrees and sunny without a cloud in the sky.
It is totally amazing out there. I think I might make like a log or something out of this.
I think that would be cute.
I am taking like totally, this is artistic license. Which, please find your own artistic license and go for it. I have never made a log before, so I'm totally making this up. I'm going to twist the wood together. This is now wood.
This is wood in her head.
In my head, this is wood.
Come here. Try taking her out alone again because she's distracting.
Well, Ruben won't let her potty by herself. He's very much obnoxious about that. So I'm going to kind of do what I did with the stem and make this as a round thing. Ruben says he wants to go out with you again.
Right. Why am I not going out? Let's go, he says.
Uh-huh. As he causes chaos in all directions. There may or may not be a reason why Ramses thinks that one is faulty. Yeah. Says that one is really... So, folding it over again. Making sure it's like on the same side, my folded over parts. So I can hide them on my mossy thing. That's really technical speak, isn't it? So, in my world, this is kind of a log. Not really, but it's going to be in my world on my little happy foam thing. Totally channeling Bob Ross. And there's my, I don't know which direction I want to make it. I might tuck it under some moss. I'm going to tear this apart because I can. Tuck it under, make it stick out, stab it in, twist it. There. Why not? Because this is your own happy little forest land and you can make it however you want. You can make it look just like the instructions if that's what makes your heart happy, or you can make it like what's in your head of a happy forest. I just have leftover wool, so I'm using it. So there's no rules, and this looks like it could be like an evil finger sticking out of the earth. Maybe it is. I don't know yet. I have an evil finger sticking out of the earth, Heather.
Okay. Like something falling up out of the earth?
Maybe. I'm going to add some shadow because why not? Make it look like something really sinister is living in my little forest.
In your forest?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Because I can. Because, like I just told them, this is however you see your happy little forest.
Right.
Right. Shelly says Grimm's awesome.
You know, I've never watched Grimm. I really don't get that much time to watch stuff.
I generally don't either. You guys almost died. The puppies ran into the table. They were not even paying attention. They're all like, wow, like crazy little people. Okay, so
there's a lot of shows. Like I have a whole backlog.
Really? Well, I have a whole backlog too, and half of them are shows that I can't watch with my husband or children.
That's kind of how it is too. Mom doesn't like a lot of those things. They should watch shows together.
Well, we only have one television.
No, I mean Mom and your family could watch.
That could work. Okay, now I'm at a rock boulder. I'll put my mushroom somewhere in here when I decide to put my mushroom on here. I'm just kind of lumping this up because that's what a rock looks like, is a lump. Oh, maybe I'll make a baby rock next to my big rock. So I'm going to pull out a little tuft of rock. There's like, whatever. Crazy person.
No, I'm good. I'm over here flying 10 million miles of Angora.
Look, now there's like this rock that's on next to my log.
I kind of, so I've spun this huge bobbin.
Last August.
I sat down and spun, and then I didn't get time to fly at all. I kind of erred.
Before that show.
Oregon Flock and Fiber. Yeah, that's what I do too. I used to binge watch stuff here.
Now
we're busy.
We have people who come in all the time. That's why I get to come here every day, is because we have enough people to warrant me to be here.
Right. There are days when we could still, I guess, theoretically binge
watch
a show, but
if we were gonna,
we're trying to work an adult really hard.
Oh, speaking of adulting.
Oh no.
That's a hashtag that you can't use on Instagram anymore. It will get you banned. Same with Dogs of Instagram. Dogs of Instagram has also been deemed a spamming hashtag. So if you're totally an Instagrammer, you might want to watch your hashtags. Also, I suggest before you just totally pick a hashtag that you're making up, maybe you should, check that hashtag out.
Oh, come on. That makes it
more fun. Come on. Because you never know when you might accidentally be promoting, I don't know, something awful like the KKK.
That's pretty hard. Well, that could be easy.
You're like, that's pretty hard to do. No, maybe not. So, yeah. I'd hate for anybody to accidentally be promoting something they really didn't mean to.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to end this because we have another
video.
Facebook Live on a different group. How weird is this today?
I know, a different channel. So if you want to...
If you want to hear all sorts about Angora genetics, Angora rabbit genetics, you can tune into Oceanside Angoras. Otherwise,
we will be posting pictures of my little mushroom forest up on the shelf later today as I finish it. And I will be continuing to stabby the wool while we talk about Angora genetics. Genetics.
Okay. All right, you guys have fun. Look at that. How cute it is.
See, it's almost. See, it's going to be really cute.
It is going to be really cute.
Okay, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.